Let's talk Star Wars. Before we get started, I want to take a quick second to thank everybody who came out last night and watched Rise of Skywalker with me and my family. There were 19 of us. We got to see Subscriber 29 doing her famous dance. I even got it on video as well. So here's some pictures and videos of us having a fun time at the theater.
Who are you?
I'm Heather. I'm Jules.
Go. What's your name again?
Brett.
Brett. Most critical man in the world. Someone. Hello.
Hello.
What's your name?
It's Shona.
Someone. Who are you?
I forgot.
Who's this guy?
That's fine.
You'll be alright. Who's this guy? Hello.
I hate my seat.
Hello, person. Hello, Subscriber 29. That's my peeps. It's my whole row.
Introduce yourself. Oh, that's right. What's up, everybody? I'm Brad.
And I'm Sean.
I am in Nashville, Tennessee, in my basement with my toys and Michael Myers and Freddy back there and Gollum picture over here. And I'm drinking unsweetened iced tea, and I got some Christmas Kit Kats.
Sweet. Oh, man, I ate my candy earlier. But I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm in my office. I got my books, my movies, Baby Groot. And I'm drinking some coffee today, bringing it back, the coffee.
Very nice, very nice. So before we get started, guys, we are at 54 subscribers. You guys freaking rule. Keep them coming, guys. We really appreciate when you subscribe to the channel. And remember to smash the like button, and comment down below. This is definitely a video. This one and our potential spoiler chat, those are definitely conversational videos. We definitely want to see you guys down in the comments for. But go ahead and tell us what are we talking about today, Sean?
A huge movie came out yesterday, Star Wars Episode 9, Rise of Skywalker. As far as non-spoiler stuff, I'm going to have not a ton of stuff to talk about. But I know you said you had more than I do. But then as far as spoilers, there's definitely some things that I needed to talk to you about.
Just want to remind everybody that Sean and I have not said a single word to each other. This is our initial conversation that we were having from a distance. So here goes.
Okay, so starting with my thumbs up, this was a nonstop, fun action movie. It was a swashbuckling adventure. That's kind of what it reminded me of. It got all of our main protagonists together for the first time, which is something that we hadn't seen. And for me, one of the best characters was Poe. I think they did a lot with his character that they haven't done in the previous ones. They showed a little bit of his backstory, where he comes from. And I just overall really liked him. And then also a character that returned, a legacy character, Lando. I thought he was great. I really liked him. I bought what he was what he was doing, where he was at. I'm not sure what your facial expressions mean right now. But so I liked all that. This established a lot of new lore. I won't go into what kind of lore, because it's kind of spoilerish. Man, sorry, there's a lot of stuff that's potential spoilers. And I'll bring it back around. The best part of this trilogy that you said in the last video is Kylo Ren, Ben Solo. He's the best character. They explained a lot of stuff that wasn't explained in the last two movies. The fashion that they did it wasn't really deserved, I didn't feel like, but I did like that they explained it. So that's why I'm going to end off my thumbs up.
So for my up thumbs, bam, the most shocking crawl I've ever read for a Star Wars movie. It was refreshing and good. I mean, this is in my up thumbs. It's not about what, and I'm not going to get into what the crawl was about, obviously, but it was just you're in this movie, blah! okay, all right. And then like the next scene of the movie was like something that I was thinking was going to be the end of was going to be at like the 75% mark of the movie. I was like, okay. So it's like, it just throws you into the movie really fast, very un-Star Wars like. Really, all the other movies are kind of like, oh, we'll just ease you into this. There might be an action scene or whatever, but man, this sucker just was like, really fast. No time. I will say no time was wasted in this movie. There was no wasted time. But get it out of the way. Obviously, this movie looked awesome. No doubt about that. I have in my up thumbs that they finally got the whole cast together, and on their journey, on the quest piece, and even right off the bat, pretty much these characters were together, and they were together a very, very large amount of this movie. So that was another up thumb. I thought Leia was well done and tastefully done, like just enough to not be weird. It was a little weird, but not like super. It was just like it was not off-putting. I was fine with the use of Leia. Just like you said, Kylo Ren is the most interesting character in this trilogy. I didn't think it had to be that way. I think Rey could have been a really, really, really interesting character, but it ended up being, to me, Kylo's trilogy. Comedically, I thought it hit a lot better than Last Jedi. It was more like Force Awakens, but even toned, like taken down a notch, be like, we're just going to sprinkle it in. And if you told me going in that C-3PO was the funniest character in the movie, I wouldn't be able to believe you. But C-3PO and that little Boba Fett guy, we're just owning the audience. I mean, C-3PO has so much dialogue in the background of the movie that I just want to go see it to hear him just talking and just saying smart mouth comments. The whole movie it was C-3PO. I think this is his best movie. And then not a spoiler, but Palpatine's Casa was amazing. So well done, scary, almost like a horror movie.
Yeah.
Palpatine in this movie was visually very, very well done. More to come on that later, but visually very, very well done. And I'll just say, without spoiling completely, an explanation for a previously deceased character that was just like a blip. Like, it just totally worked for me. I bought it. So I don't know if you know what I'm saying. We can touch on that more in spoiler. Did you catch that or no?
Yes.
Okay. But anyway, that's pretty much it for my quick. I mean, there's definitely more good things about this movie, but that's pretty much as far as my notes, that's all I've got. We can get into a lot more in spoilers though.
All right. So this is the down thumb section. I'll kick it off here. So all of my down thumbs really comes from one thing, that this movie is way too crammed. Like, it feels like, okay, it should have been J.J. Abrams that did this entire trilogy from the start, because The Last Jedi in this movie barely matters. Like, things that were done in that are reversed in this. And the plot lines in this felt like it needed to be two movies. It needed Star Wars, #Star Wars Episode 10, because it didn't need to be a trilogy. Like, I don't understand. I don't know what Disney, I don't know. But anyway, so it was just too crammed, because I really liked what they did. Like, I liked the plots, but I just felt like it was just too much in one movie to where it didn't make sense. Yeah, like, it wasn't earned. The ending wasn't earned that great. But I did overall like this movie. So to continue my down thumbs, the Knights of Ren were completely wasted in this movie. It was something that was built up in the first one. You're like, who are those guys? They weren't even mentioned in the second movie. And then you saw like glimpses of them in the teaser trailers, stuff like that. I was like, sweet, we're going to get some Knights of Ren. These guys are going to be awesome. And for the majority of the movie, they don't even swing a weapon. They literally just they're just sneaking around in the background, looking at what's going on. I don't know if that's spoiler or not, but and then, so a big one, the Emperor's return and powers weren't explained well. It was just kind of just like, here's the Emperor. I mean, he got like one piece of dialogue that explained why he's back, kind of. I won't say how he's back necessarily, but just not a lot of explanation. Things were just kind of thrown at the screen, like you said, like, and it didn't feel very earned. A lot of the explanations or revelations, that's what I'm trying to think of. The revelations just felt like kind of meh to me. So that's really it. Because all of it to me just really comes from this should have been 2 movies or a trilogy done by J.J. Abrams. Misa Dark Plagueis.
Dude, I would be praying for that last night. All right. So now it's my turn for down thumbs. I got my oxygen tank over here to keep me alive while I talk. It'll be much more in the spoilers category. So I had to make these notes without spoilers, which is very challenging. But this movie sucked. I'm very much looking forward to it. I am looking forward to a second viewing so I can be like, okay, because remember, if you guys watched our previous video, I was like very even, not hyped up. I was very much controlled. I was expecting a 7 thumb movie. And so my point is that I was like, what is that?
Oh my gosh.
Oh no. It's a video crasher.
Did you plan this?
What is this guy doing here?
I didn't plan anything.
Why are you here in the middle of our down thumb section?
What movie y'all talking about?
Sean, tell him what we're talking about.
We're talking about the Rise of Skywalker. Brad was just giving his down thumbs. Are we going to let this guy crash our video?
So we just got video crashed by the most critical man in the world. I don't know how that happened, but somehow he got a hold of the link for our video. But I'm going to go straight into my down thumbs, and then he'll get an opportunity to say anything he has. You missed the up thumbs part.
I don't know that I needed to see any up thumbs. Unless it was about Babu Frick. Boba Frick or whatever his name is. He's the best character in any Star Wars movie ever.
So, MacGuffin movie, no bueno. I don't need that. This is Star Wars. This is This is a movie 9 of a nine movie saga. I want to see something that's rich and plot filled and well thought out. Not just a take this thing here and then take that thing there and find this thing. Down thumb for bad, weird, awful dialogue, forced lines, no pun intended at all, no pun, no force, no nothing, just cringe, so much cringing. And just like Force Awakens, I love Force Awakens and I'm not backing down from it, but the convenience is that just J.J. Abrams' thing is to just make look in the sand. Here's this knife that I never could have found ever in any other possible scenario. Come on.
You look way better with that hat on than I do, Sean.
I disagree.
Cringeworthy dialogue, Bradley just said. I think cringeworthy is. I think there needs to be a new word to describe the dialogue in this movie, because cringeworthy is would be a nice thing to say about the dialogue. I said I'm going to see it again tomorrow, so I would have rather waited. I'm going to take notes tomorrow and come back full force, but it was real bad, the dialogue.
Introducing new characters and giving them nothing to do, not a fan at all. I mean, I really thought it was cool that Kerry Russell was in this movie and that she was going to be this cool looking girl, and she does nothing. Okay, the black girl that's in it, I really thought her story arc was interesting. but she's got 8 minutes of screen time and 7.5 of it is her sliding down a ship. Like, why are these people in this movie? The cameos were pointless. Lando, why? He didn't do anything for me emotionally, and that's where the end. This is going to end up.
Were they setting up a Disney Plus spinoff with him and the girl?
I don't know. They talk about cringeworthy dialogue.
I'm pretty sure he was hitting on that young girl. However you want to say it. The jokes write themselves. He's the creepiest old man. It's disgusting. You might as well have said, let's find out what panties you're wearing. I mean, it was disgusting. I mean, Billy D. Williams is in his 80s. I don't know how old Lando is, but I can guarantee you that girl ain't 80.
There's no stakes in this movie, and this movie did not, in my opinion, take one single risk. Okay, and I'm getting into the meat of my down thumbs, and then you guys can take it away from there. But so this is kind of my mini rant. This one movie could have been a trilogy. Okay, they tried to squeeze multiple movies into 2 hours, which makes my idea of Star Wars X even all the more valid. Like we were talking about earlier, this movie is super stuffed, and it's like the stuffing's coming out, and it should have been another movie. And this trilogy basically just doesn't exist to me now. They had no plan. They clearly had no plan. Force Awakens sets up an interesting ride. Maybe not a wild ride, but definitely there's enough loose ends there to start sticking stuff onto. I don't know if J.J. Abrams made this to where you could just skip Last Jedi, just be like, oh, Luke died, and then that's the only thing that really mattered in this movie from Last Jedi is that Luke was dead. And if they just left Luke out, then
Rey and Kylo's Force connection was a big thing that was brought over.
That as well. To me, this is a failure of a trilogy, and these two directors should never have been put in the position that they got put in. This is a lapse in management. I put this on Disney, Kathleen Kennedy, or whoever's in charge. These guys got put in a bad spot. Okay. Ryan Johnson did not make a sequel. They let him start his movie before he ever even saw Force Awakens. And then it was a disaster, and then JJ had to go and fix. It's just a total mess. And what I'm about to say is going to blow your mind. It's going to blow, I think, y'all's minds. All said and done, I can't believe I'm saying this. Ryan Johnson should have done the third movie. At least it would have been a vision that was started and kind of finished by a person, the same person. Wow. I got to say, Last Jedi is a better movie.
All right. Well, we'll make this short so we can get into our spoiler talk, get into our thumb rating. I do agree with you. I think that The Last Jedi was a better movie. But I can't – you guys are making me like this movie a lot less because I actually did have fun with it, I would say, going through the movie. So you want to give our thumb ratings, Brad, and then we can go into spoiler talk?
I'm ready.
All right. So for me, to sum everything up, overall, I thought it was a fun ride that was overstuffed in the end. I thought that instead of Ryan Johnson doing this movie, J.J. Abrams should have just done the entire trilogy. Because that's what this had some things that could have worked a lot better had it been 2 movies. So that's what I'm saying. I'm going to give it 7.5 thumbs.
That's a far cry from your prediction of 9.
That is, yeah.
Yeah. I do think upon rewatching, this will like improve from what I feel like today. I'm 6.5 thumbs. This was, I went in with an expectation of a 7, and I got even less than that. So I'm 6.5 thumbs. I'm pretty bummed out about it. Actually, I couldn't believe what I watched last night. A lot to talk about in spoiler form.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. That's what we thought about Star Wars Episode 9, Rise of Skywalker. We got ambushed by the most critical man down there, and he just left.
He's gone.
So I don't know what that's going to do to the recording. But, so yeah, I gave it 7.5 thumbs. Brad gave it 6.5 thumbs up. So that's a 7 overall thumbs up score. Tell us what you thought about it down below. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Are you kind of somewhere in between? But whatever you do, just let us know and be civil. Make sure you smash that like button, like Brad always says. And we'll see you next time, but only from a distance.